how do I make sure I'm getting a promotion? I have some things to share with you all. I'm not passionate about becoming a senior PM. I wish I had not started off so one-track minded. I don't think I realized until maybe 6 months in, or you could take matters into your own hands. How do you actually go about getting that promotion? Time to get comfy. Hey friends, Evelyn here, and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys have been enjoying the change in content recently. I know vlogs and software engineering videos aren't the usual product content I make, but it's fun for me to try out new things, share new things with you guys, and keep you guys on your toes. So I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. But for today's video, we are taking it back to career conversations, another coffee chattin' with Evelyn episode. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about something that I wish someone had given me the rundown about in my first year at work. So to preface, prior to the job that I'm currently in today, had never held like a real job. I had had internships before, but prior to college, I really never worked in like a real job. So career conversations, promotions, peer reviews, things like that were completely brand new to me. And now, after experiencing my first promotion before hitting my first year at work, which I didn't even think was possible, and later stepping into a role previously held by a senior PM, I have some things to share with you all. Once again, same disclaimer that I always give on these type of videos. This is just me sharing my experience, my thoughts, my opinions. Please take everything I say with a grain of salt. There is a reason why I am literally sitting on my couch in my own apartment, drinking hot coffee under a blanket. It's just us chatting friend to friend, me giving my thoughts on this topic itself. And if this even helps one of you guys out there, I will be so incredibly happy. Oh, and real quick, in case we haven't met yet, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Evelyn. I'm a 23-year-old, which is crazy to say. I just turned 23. 23-year-old product manager working in San Francisco at a large tech company. I make weekly videos here on my channel about career, product, lifestyle, food, vlogs, really just anything going on in my life that I want to share with you guys. So if you guys enjoy this video, please like it. And if you guys enjoy content and want to see more from me, then hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Here are 5 things I wish I knew before my first promotion. And before anyone asks, that cut on my hand and the bandage on the other, that is from holding a baguette while cutting it. Please use a cutting board and do not make the stupid mistake I did. Anyways, the first thing is understanding what a promotion means within your team. So maybe it's just me, but I always thought that promotions would work similar to the way like graduating to another grade in school would work, or at least what I envisioned frontline worker jobs being like, where you get promoted when your boss thinks that you're ready for greater scope and responsibilities. Like school, right? Like you graduate to another grade and then the harder material comes. So at least for my team, that was not the case. Promotions actually served as a way to recognize that you were already successfully and consistently working at that next level that you would be promoted to. So this idea of increasing scope and responsibility and then the promotion comes was very much reversed in my head. After understanding that promotions worked as a way to recognize your newfound ability to handle harder, larger scopes, rather than indicating that you were ready for them, I definitely felt more empowered to take on challenges that I otherwise would feel like were out of my league as a new grad entry-level PM, because I wasn't waiting for anyone to knight me with a new role and officially like deem me as ready for these greater, bigger projects. Instead, I learned to just go for these new opportunities, conquer them, and that the promotion would then follow. I wasn't waiting for the promotion to unblock me or unlock these new opportunities for me. That being said, you definitely want to make sure that you're still tracking towards that next level though, but how do you do that? Like, how do you know what's expected of you at that next career level, or the one after that, or even the one after that, and the one after that? I would highly recommend you ask around and see if there is any documentation around what is expected at each level. I don't think I realized until maybe 6 months in that we literally had a document titled PM Leveling Guide that detailed the expectations of PMs at each career band and the impact and milestones to look out for, not to mention how many promotions it would take to get to the next career band or title change. This was so helpful for me early on in my career because I knew what to look out for to be a PM1 to senior PM, and I could literally map that back to my own career development and skill development that I was seeing. Okay, so now you are set to go about your job, working towards taking on greater responsibilities, looking forward to that promotion that will follow. But how do you actually go about getting that promotion? You could wait around. One day your manager out of the blue tells you that you've got that promotion, or you could take matters into your own hands. And I highly recommend you do this, have career conversations. I was actually first encouraged to do this by my engineering manager, where in just one of our regular one-on-ones, she sort of in like a mentorship-y way was advising me to make sure that I was talking to my manager about making sure that I was tracking towards a promotion. And she reassured me that she was vouching for me behind the scenes. So I asked her, how do I make sure I'm getting a promotion? And she told me point blank, you need to directly talk to your manager about that, which is how I discovered the beauty of career conversations, a time to just transparently talk about your career development with your manager one-on-one. No, beating around the bush about getting a promotion or your career development or anything like that. You'll see in this video here, I used to always think that talking about your career development and promotions were just things that would possibly come up during our one-on-ones. Maybe I'd get surprised by a promotion one day. I never thought to have specific time dedicated to talking just about career development and promotions with my manager itself, and it has been career changing, life career changing for me, I guess. So I would highly recommend you book aside this 30-minute slot every time sort of that promotion cycle comes around, or you feel like you want to check in about your career with your manager. Definitely set aside this one-on-one time with your manager. Which brings me to number 4, what to even talk about during these career conversations. To be honest, old me was so fixated on getting to this next promotion that I really lost sight of defining what success and happiness really meant for me at work. Thankfully, my manager was able to catch me early enough and basically tell me that I needed to have a broader vision of what it meant to be happy at work, what goals I really wanted to achieve and be passionate about at work. So some of the prompts, for example, for defining these types of goals are: what excites you? What impact do you want to have at work? What aspects of work do you really like? What do you want to be known for? And then from these questions, defining your short and long-term goals. This was such a pivotal realization for me. It is not just about getting that next promotion. Don't get me wrong, promotions are great, and definitely a concept I had been raised to believe was a way of measuring how well I was doing at work. But at the end of the day, I needed to tie my career development to larger goals around skills I wanted to develop, experiences I wanted to chase after, these goals that I could truly be passionate about. Because realistically, I'm not passionate about becoming a senior PM, but I will be passionate about the opportunities, experiences, whatnot that will come along in getting to becoming a senior PM. And I cannot emphasize this point enough. I wish I had not started off so one-track minded, so focused in on getting that promotion, getting to that next level, and rather taken a step back and really thought about my career as a whole. Like, so what if I get to the next level? Am I doing work that I love? Am I happy about my work? I'm coming up on 2 years of working at the first job that I really had right out of college, and I can honestly say that I care so much more about the work that I do, that I get to do, the people I get to work with, than the title I have today. But if you had asked me when I first started work, I would have told you that I was most looking forward to my first promotion, rather than some skills or experiences I wanted to have, because that was really the only sole indicator I had that I was going to be doing well and being successful in my first job. So define these career goals and development goals of your own. In fact, ask around and see if your team has any sort of like career development plan templates of any sort. These are super helpful to have, because if you use the same structure cycle after cycle, regardless of how often you go back and update this, it's just really nice to look back on what your old career development plan had and look at your new one and see what sort of goals you have been able to successfully check off your list and what new skills that you're working on and whatnot. So it's like a fun little career yearbook to look back on. Lastly, for number 5, get feedback. We actually have a formal process in doing this at work where we can request feedback from other people, and they'll basically just like write off and answer some prompts like, what does Evelyn do well? What should she reconsider, or what can she do differently? And being open to this constructive criticism is super helpful in not only helping you improve in your own role and become a better teammate, but also for your manager to kind of have an idea of these relationships that you've fostered behind the scenes and how you work with these other people. Long story short, I wish I had known to ask more people for this feedback and not be so hesitant to ask people, because I know for me in the beginning at least, I was kind of like, have I worked with this person enough to be asking for feedback? Are they going to be bothered if I ask them for feedback? But if you really think about it, worst case, they don't give you feedback. Best case, they do. Really, no harm done there. Something that I've actually learned recently is actually to meet with people one-on-one before you both submit feedback for each other. It's something that I haven't actually tried out for myself yet, but it's advice that I've gotten before. All right, I believe that's everything I have on this topic. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give this video a like, and if you like content like this, let me know down in the comments below. As always, my DMs are open over on my Instagram at Evelyn Shares, or you can go ahead and comment down below. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching and hanging with me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Okay.